Hi, I'm Shardul. I'm the founder of 100x Bot. 100x lets you record a process once and turn into a browser agent almost instantly.
Hi, this is Ritu from True Search. We are a retained executive search firm. We primarily focus on hiring senior leadership, C-suite roles like CEOs, board of directors, CFOs, CPOs for different companies.
So, Ritu, what does your typical day look like?
I think it's back-to-back calls, hardly any breaks in between. So I'm probably jumping into a pitch call with a client, and very next moment I'm having an internal review, and then again a candidate interview. So it's really very tight on time, and hence, and of course there is a lot of back-end activities, a lot of homeworks, which I have to do in terms of scripting all the conversations and kind of making sure that they're organized, they're updated, emails get sent. So yeah, I think that's how a day looks.
And what's the most painful part of this whole, back-end processes that you just mentioned?
Several calls, as I was telling you, one after the other, and each call needs to be recorded, summarized, notes made, sometimes emails sent. I think that's probably one of the most difficult part, because so many meetings, so many logs have to be maintained, and to be able to do it by the end of the day without, and of course, it's really, the way I look at it, a very unproductive work. It has to be done, but it is time consuming. It really eats into time which otherwise I could have spent in front of a candidate or a client.
All right, so let's automate this process. All we need you to do is just install 100x and record yourself doing this process once. That's it.
That's it. Okay. Okay. So let me kind of record for you the workflow, which is honestly most painful for me. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I got the recording, and I think it's processing the recording now, and the agent is almost live. So let's just run it.
Perfect. So we'd love to see it run. Okay. I've opened my meta view.
Yeah, let's see it in action. Let's see how it's running.
Oh, wait, it's already pulling the summary. Nice.
Yeah, I think it figured out this was a BD meeting with the Acmelad Ventures, and it picked up the key points. I think the possible Portco intros, the Thrive demo, and I think it drafted a follow-up email to Arjun and Priya from your Gmail.
Okay, subject. Next steps after the Acme Ventures call. Wow, it's actually well written. Also mention some of the possible roles, port codes that they are planning to introduce us to. Yeah, and even attaches the demo link. Good, nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think it identifies the team, purpose, the tone automatically. You just basically review it and hit send.
That's like magical, really impressive. But what happens if I'm doing an offline meeting? Like, I mean, which also honestly are considerable. Like half of my meetings are offline, half online. Online, I get it. But what do I do with those meetings? How do I summarize them?
Yeah, so we got that covered too. What you can do is the offline meeting, you can record them into your phone, just send them to your Gmail, and our browser agent automatically picks those meetings from your Gmail, gives it to MetaView to process, and then comes up with a follow-up email to
Okay.
whoever you had a meeting with.
Brilliant. You know, for me right now, if you see, we are doing about almost 10 to 12 calls, offline, online. And because we have the online, I think calls get extended. Each of these updates and follow-ups and logs take me nothing less than 15 minutes. So almost 2-3 hours of mine is getting consumed otherwise. In the absence of something like this, if that gets saved, it's just brilliant.
And I think the best part, the agent runs right on top of your Gmail and Zoom and MetaView existing setup. You don't need to set up anything extra.
That's brilliant. I mean, really saves a lot of my time.
Exactly. That's like a junior assistant at your disposal. You don't need to waste any time at all. If you'd like us to automate your repetitive work, like we did for Ritu, just submit your recording once on 100x and we would turn it into a browser agent. Thank you.